Hi everyone, it's Kyle, and today I'm going to be reviewing Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. In the movie, four high school students who you'd think would never talk to each other at all are stuck in detention together, and they have to clean up some stuff, and in the process they find the video game, not a board game, but the video game version of Jumanji. And unbeknownst to them, after they select characteristics, the game actually transports them into the world of Jumanji. They not only get stuck in the jungle, but they also become the characters they personally selected to play as. Now, contrary to what some people might believe, I actually do love the original Jumanji. I don't own the Blu-ray of it, but I've seen it plenty of times. I think it's definitely a really fun film. I also love the movies of Thor, which is based off of Jumanji. That is one of my childhood favorite movies. I really love that film. So when I heard they were doing a remake of Jumanji, I was not anticipating this movie whatsoever. It didn't matter who was making it, didn't matter who was starring in it. However, I started to have second thoughts when this movie started garnering really good reviews. I heard some great things from Rotten Tomatoes, I heard some great things from some other people who saw the movie, and I decided, you know what, why don't I go check this out? And actually, this movie really surprised me. I had a lot of fun with it. I definitely think the best element of this movie is the cast. All four of them work exceptionally well together. I love The Rock. He is so charismatic, so much fun to watch. He's always energetic. I loved watching him in this movie. And I love the fact that he's really playing a wimpy, nerdy teenager because that's who his character is in the real world. And I thought that that was actually really funny. Kevin Hart in this movie was really playing Kevin Hart, playing a character because he's, of course, making jokes about his height. But I really did enjoy him in this movie, and I liked seeing him working again with The Rock because their work in Central Intelligence I thought was actually really fun. Jack Black also co-stars in this movie, School of Rock, one of my favorites. But in this movie, his character in reality is this incredibly phone-obsessed Instagram queen. And the fact that he has to play a teenage girl, I was kind of thinking, I don't know, are they really going to pull this off? But they did. Jack Black was phenomenal. I mean, this is easily his best performance since, I'd say, School of Rock. He was hilarious, and at times definitely stole the show. Karen Gillan, who played Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy, is also in this movie, and her character's name is Ruby Roundhouse. What a crazy name, I know. She's, of course, the character that gets objectified, but it's kind of funny how they basically address that saying, why am I wearing short shorts and a little tank top in the forest? It makes no sense at all. The other aspect of this movie that I really loved is that they tried to be very clever with talking about video game rules. For anyone who doesn't know much about playing video games, this movie will help explain basically everything you need to know, especially what a cutscene was. The side characters whose dialogue is very stilted and repetitive, and they're like, okay, go in here, do this, and if you say anything that's outside of that, the character will just repeat the line, and you're like, okay, well, we have to do this specifically. There's even a scene where if the characters touch their chest, you can see all of their strengths and weaknesses. So on top of having charismatic leads, the movie also did a very good job with trying to be clever with the source material. This is a video game movie without it being a movie based off of a video game, like Scott Pilgrim in a way. In addition, the movie was also really funny. I was consistently laughing throughout the entire film. I'd say at least 80 or 85% of the jokes definitely hit for me. There's a couple of them that I didn't find as funny or I simply just didn't laugh, but it was a rarity when I didn't laugh. I felt most of the jokes in this movie really did hit for me, and it definitely proved that I have a very immature side. If there's one thing this movie really proved, it's that I'm still a 12-year-old at times. There's an entire sequence dedicated to Kevin Hart's character showing Jack Black's character how to pee. The action in the movie is also well directed. There are definitely a lot of green screen CGI shots, but for me, it didn't quite bother me in the sense that this is a video game type movie. And video games, you know, especially back in the day, didn't have incredible graphics. So I took it as, well, they're stuck in the video game, not everything is going to look incredibly polished, and I was overall impressed with the way they incorporated live action stuff with CGI. There was definitely a lot of practical stuff in the movie. I saw in interviews that the explosions in the movie, for the most part, were genuine, real explosions. Now, I'm not going to go on record to say that Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle is a great movie, because it's not. It's a very cheesy, over-the-top adventure comedy, but for those reasons specifically, the movie really does work. The film definitely has problems. The villain is just terrible. There was nothing that really got me attached to his character whatsoever. He's just really an evil guy who rules the jungle, and, you know, he could do certain things, but I was not really impressed with it. The comedy at times, like I said before, does kind of fall flat, but I would say for the most part, it really did work for me. It's just there were certain moments where I was thinking this isn't really funny, this is completely immature. Unfortunately, if you've seen the trailer, you know I'd say 60 to 70% of the best jokes in the film. And that did disappoint me because I wish that they didn't have some of the best jokes from there in the trailer. Now, whenever people make a remake, I always want them to think to themselves, is this movie really necessary? Will it tribute the original in a very respectful manner? Is there a reason for the movie to exist? And I think the movie definitely covers all three of them. Now, without spoiling anything, there is a character they introduce in the second half of the movie that does have a significant role in the outcome of the situation. On top of that, they have a sequence dedicated to tributing Robin Williams' character from the original movie. I thought that was incredible. I was very happy with that, and I thought, wow, they really did care. Again, yes, it is very cheesy at times, but Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle was a very fun movie for me. It was hilarious, the action was fun, the characters were all charismatic and likable, it paid great respect to the original movie, and I was very happy with it. I'm going to give this movie a B. So if you guys saw Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, what did you think about it? I'd like to hear your comments, so send them down in the comment section below. Thanks, stay tuned.